Hello, and welcome to another episode of AWS Tech Tales. I'm your host, Matt Burke.
And I am your co-host, Samara Reaño. Welcome back, everyone.
Welcome back. Today on our show, we are going to be jumping right into another fun episode of interacting live with AI today.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and if you've never seen Tech Tales before, this is the show where we talk about real life customer issues, what you can do to solve them, and most of this time in the past few weeks, it's been how do we solve them with AI? There's a lot of
Mm-hmm.
challenges that we find when you're new to AWS, when you're just learning how to deploy on the cloud. And now we have some new tools that maybe you don't have to know everything or do too much research beforehand. We have your edits coming back. Welcome back to the show.
Yeah,
Give
welcome
us a
back.
hi in the chat over here or down here, wherever you're tuning in from. Let us know that you're out there. We love to see our returning friends and I was about to say guests. It feels like they're guests because we bring the comments into the show.
That is true. But to add, I feel like in the last episodes that have been streaming, we have been growing all together, trying to see what the capabilities are, things that we didn't think we will have come across during our live shows. So I think that we are all given the opportunity to just deep dive more into AI and its capabilities, and I think that is super cool to do that as a whole group all together.
And I want to, Erie says, excited to see the AI do its magic. I
Mm-hmm.
hope so. I hope it'll seem like magic. This is where, like, when you do these tests, it's non-deterministic. We don't know
Mm-hmm.
what the AI will tell us today.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Some last week it could have been a different model. That's what happened to Brooke, which I don't know if you saw that episode, Samar. We were building some AI agents, and of course, we had built the workshop in a way that it wanted a specific model, and
Uh-huh.
so the new models we have Claude 4.1 out. We have OpenAI with open weights now on AWS, so you truly get a crazy amount of breadth in terms of what you can do in Bedrock. Oh, here he is, because that's part of the excitement. Well, who
Exactly.
knows? Yeah, we're gonna
Exactly.
find out together today. I'm actually pretty excited. If you're seeing the title of today's episode, it's the tale of AWS Vibe deployments. So I could have said vibe coding, but I think deployments makes more sense. Like you know what resources you want to deploy, you know
Mm-hmm.
what things that you want to edit. You're just having somebody else do the
Do it
work
for
for
you.
you.
Yeah. Yeah. Maximizing your productivity.
I also want to quickly highlight we've had a lot of viewers reach out and say, hey, there used to be a page where we could go to get all of the episodes all together. We can check if there's new episodes. And then what happened was we used to live on community.aws. That's been turned into the Builder Center. So Builder Center is now the new way where you can use your AWS Builder ID to write articles, talk about like what cool stuff you're building in AWS, and you can add different topics, you can comment, and so you can see like I'm just clicking a random article here, but Harshendra wrote an article here to talk through what problem they had and what they did to solve it. So you can post about your projects here.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to be back on this page. I think by next week I'm building out a replacement page. None of the content has been lost, so it will be there. And then on top of that, some of our older episodes, you might have noticed that the links have disappeared to the embeds, and so I will be fixing that hopefully soon.
That's great to
Looks
hear,
fun.
especially for those that cannot tune in at the live time slot that we have, but like to come back and see our episode. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that as well because I definitely want to catch up on the ones that I wasn't here for, Matt.
Yeah, it's been fun, and we have more fun coming too. We're building up
Yes.
the rest of our Q3 season, and there's some exciting stuff coming down the pipe. So I think we should just get into it,
Mm-hmm.
folks. We have one question from Urietta saying, maybe a dumb question, but is there a time limit once you create a builder page that if you don't build, it goes away? Like a trial period. So these, I mean, for example, I've got some drafts that are here that I never actually published on the old site.
Mm-hmm.
So they still exist. Like if you're building content, these are drafts until you publish it, specifically on the Builder Center. So if you have another question about how to use your Builder ID, let us know. Now your builder
Oh,
ID
so I
is
guess
really
what he
important.
maybe it's like the worry of like losing your draft content after a certain period of time of coming back, but that hasn't happened to you, Matt. So we would assume
It
it would
hasn't
not.
happened. Got
Yeah.
migrated over. But your builder ID is getting more important now, folks, because you need it for your certifications. You need it
Mm-hmm.
for your Q logins if you want to get it for free. I did some actually, folks in the chat. I did some coding using Q over the weekend. I used
Oh, what do you
my
use
builder
it for?
login. Since we've been building all these static websites and
Uh-huh.
like building all this content, I've been doing a little bit of that on the side
Oh,
and
nice.
testing out the limits. I tried to build an escape the room game using Q, and it didn't really turn out the way I wanted to yet.
That is
So,
so funny that you talk about that. I actually did escape the room this weekend, and
oh
I did not
wow,
escape the room.
you did not escape the room. Oh no.
I would say it was a birthday party celebration. I was just tagging along. We were letting the little ones do the work, and we were kind of just, whenever we were asked for help, we would help. But it's certainly a lot of fun, but it goes by super fast. That 1 hour that you have, I feel like it goes super quick.
Yeah, I don't know, folks in the chat, if you've done escape the rooms. I love them. I don't do them that
Yes.
often, but then it's scary because like usually it'll be with some strangers too, and then there I am, like really like I'm trying to win, and then there's like maybe like a 12-year-old that's like trying to figure out like one
Yes.
puzzle, and I'm like, come on, there's 5 minutes left. Let's go.
I know. It was pretty funny because it's exactly it. We were with 12-year-olds, and some of them, half of the group will be like, let's ask for the grown-ups help. And then half of the group will be like, no, we can figure it out.
Some of these are really tough. So yeah, I was trying to prototype it, but I didn't get very far. But
Okay.
let's start to dive into what we've got
Mhm.
today.
Yeah. Tell us more of what we're going to be doing.
Well, this is the thing. I think that so we're gonna be doing some vibe coding,
Mhm.
and that means that we're gonna be kind of just like figuring this out as we go along all together.
Okay. Yeah.
And so to set the stage, I've got this workshop running on an EC2 instance. It's
Mhm.
running off of my Visual Studio Code instance, and there's some infrastructure that's been deployed. There's stuff going on within my account, but I don't know anything about it. I
Mhm.
don't know, you don't know, that chat doesn't know. And so the question is, can we figure out what's going on in our account? And then can we make edits and changes without knowing anything about anything? Like,
Okay.
can
So
we
we're
just
kind
vibe it out?
of, yeah. So kind of test our ability to make changes as we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so we've got this. This is built by our Pace team. We got this workshop like on a public IP on a public EC2 instance. It's running off there. So that part has been configured. I've already configured a lot of different things to prep for today. So we've got
Okay.
a bunch of different what we call MCP servers. If you want to know more about MCP, just let us know in the chat. But basically, um, we've got MCPs for core AWS, for Bedrock, for pricing, for making diagrams, for doing CDK deployments, Terraform, all these things. And we're going to be kind of kicking the tires on each of these to see, how we can get our little experts within our agent to tell us about stuff.
Sounds good. And if you have any questions throughout the whole deployment that Matt is going to be going through, don't feel shy. Just drop your comment or question there in the comments, and I'll bring it forward to Matt as we go along.
So I guess the place to start is a common thing that happens is you start a new job, or you get brought into a new role or new, what's the word, like
Oh, hi, Sam. Sorry to
hey
interrupt you,
Sam,
Matt.
we got Manji from Vienna. Hello.
Hello.
And so you get dropped into a new project and you don't know anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just ask what's going on within our code.
Sounds good.
So I'm just going to ask Q. I'm already in Q chat here. There's a lot of stuff going on. So we got a repo. And also, if you want to let us know in the chat anything that you want to ask Q, let me know.
Okay.
What these workshop assets are and how they work. Please provide. short summary.
Okay.
Let's see if it even understands what I'm doing here. Okay, so it's checking out the repo. That's good. I'm going to move this over to the side.
Is there a way for you to make the text bigger, or maybe the screen bigger for viewers? Yeah, that's great. Yep.
We're doing 200% right now, folks.
I need an eye exam, I'm telling you.
So we're just asking Q to just examine our code, examine our repo. So it's just reading everything. So it's great.
Okay, key components. You're getting how it works. Okay.
So I don't know anything about this. So this is, again, we saw the page already. This is our GenAI developer workshop. It's got infrastructure from the CDK. We've pre-configured Bedrock knowledge bases and agents. It's got an open API schema generation for agent actions. We got a React front end. So this front end is built in React, or at least this workshop. And then the documentation server is what we're running right now, which is running on these PNPM docs init. Sam, also, are we?
Oh,
will you also be covering how the MCP server setup has been performed in today's session? We can. So I'll pull that up. Let's see how this looks to. Yeah, this is big enough. So I basically just have this file, which is my mcp.json file, and it is doing all the setup for all the various MCP servers that we're connecting to today. So we've got our core AWS Labs MCP server. We've got Bedrock, a knowledge base retrieval, pricing, so on and so forth. And so
this is a specific to Bedrock itself. If you wanted to use any of the other ones, and you will have to explicitly specify them here in the JSON file.
So these are all the ones that I've got. Yeah. So I've got a ton. I've got Terraform.
Okay.
I've got pricing. I got a diagram, documentation, which is important. So, and these are constantly being updated. So like, for example, the workshop originally had a different pricing MCP that we've now released a new version of, and this is going to continue to iterate over time as we build out more MCPs or maybe combine the functionality of multiple MCPs. So thanks for asking, Sam. So let's go back to our output. So it basically says this is how you get started and how it works, which is really important for just like getting our bearings. So we understand how this is going, but the problem here is that we don't have the front end yet. We don't know how to get to that point. So let's ask it, because basically, let's ask it, how do I access the front end application? Let's see what it says. So you need to start the React development server. Okay. So see, now it's saying, hey, your application is running on 5173, but here's the problem. It's running on localhost. I'm on an EC2 instance. Does it work?
I have a question.
Other languages.
Yeah.
Zimar, do you want to do a quick documentation check while let's see what Q developer supports? This is specifically Q developer in the IDE and in the CLI. So here's the problem here. It's running on this local host. And I'm going to open up a new terminal. I'm going to open up QChat again. I can't get to the local host because it's running on my EC2 server. So I need to ask it to fix it.
I'm going to share the documentation here. But yeah, there is a list of supported languages. So
you want to send it to me, and then I'll
put
it
that's
in
what I'm doing.
I'll put it in the chat. Okay, so I'm just gonna. I was running this in the background. So this React front-end application is configured to use localhost, but I'm running this on an EC2 instance. Modify the code so that it will run in a hosted environment as well. Use the simplest method possible with the fewest changes to existing code. That last sentence is probably something I wouldn't necessarily write myself, but maybe it'll help with the thinking. It's going to help me modify the current code structure. It's reading. It's reading. It's thinking. So now it's going to try to make this so I can run it successfully. I feel like this is where we need to put the thinking music back on.
All right.
It's really thinking how to write this code. I like this. Because right now, this is where my thing's running. This is where my front end is running. Let's see what it could think about. And then I will put our supported languages into the chat. Oh, it's really thinking.
Yeah, that's what I was noticing. I was like, I don't know if it's in my end.
No, it hasn't frozen. It is still thinking.
Okay. So I'm sorry, but while I was looking for the documentation for the supported languages, what you did right now is just ask it how to get to the front end application, right?
So I said, can you? I want to modify the code.
Okay.
Because right now, when I run it, it's going localhost.
On the localhost, yes, I remember. We saw that, and then okay.
It's still thinking. This is the longest I've ever seen it thinking. Mm-hmm. We can also, while we're doing this, I have a few extensions here, and one of them is Klein. So Klein can also do the same thing. It is I've already not can I use English, non-English natural character languages like Chinese or Arabic and name it developer?
Oh, do you mean like ask the questions in another language other than English?
Oops, I didn't mean to copy paste that there. No, I wanted to copy paste my prompt. This is just in plan mode, so even if it's thinking about this, it won't do anything. Okay. So it's really hard to see what it's doing because I'm blowing this up, so I'm going to bring it down a little bit.
So Amazon Q Developer IDE supports many languages, including English, Mandarin, French, German, Italian, Japanese, Spanish, Korean. So there is a few. So I'll send this over to you, Matt, to share to the link of the blog post.
Whoa. Okay, it's going now. It's thinking. All right. I'm going to let it figure this stuff. It's trying to figure some things out about my workshop. But it took a while to think about it. Because it's basically searching the source files to see where it's telling it to do localhost. So it's been trying to run through all the files. Oh, let me let it keep going.
I shared documentation with you, Matt, on the supported languages.
Yeah, we have it in the chat.
He was asking about if he can interact with it he or she can interact with it in other languages like Chinese, Arabic, whenever he's or she is interacting with it, asking questions.
I'm not used to just letting this thing cook. As the kids would say.
I was gonna say, look at you dropping those new generation references.
I'm just okay. So now it's.
I need to understand?
It's still just thinking about everything. It's like, okay, I need to understand. So I thought it was a very simple question, and it's really going in for it. Okay.
Now I understand.
It found it. the React application is configured to run on a local host. Development, but when deployed on EC2, it needs to be accessible for external hosts. Simply need to modify the Vite configuration to bind to all network interfaces, not just local hosts. Let me create the solution. So this is where you have to be careful, folks. I want to say that.
Okay.
If I just say yes, do this, then it will do it. So maybe you want to be in a planning mode versus an agentic action mode. But since this is just a fun demo environment, let's just let it ride and see what happens. But it's made the changes now. At least, and it's giving you the reasons. It's telling you the additional configuration. So this is what's interesting about this. So let's say you've never done anything with AWS. You don't know anything about anything, right? Now it said, hey, I found the issue. I've updated this to bind to all network interfaces. So I'm setting it to 0000. Great. That's like the wild card. But here's the other thing it noticed. It says, hey, make sure your EC2 instance's security group allows inbound traffic on port 5173. So now I can say, can you configure the EC2 instance security group to allow inbound traffic on 5173 from my IP address? Let's see what happens.
So at first, when it was taking a while to actually understand what the issue that you were asking about, was it because of the wording, or was it just because it was kind of like doing its due process in the background? I didn't catch whether you had to kind of reword it in a certain way to be able to actually effectively get an answer that it's quicker.
Oh, you're saying why did it take so long to do this?
Yeah.
So I think it wanted to go through every single piece of documentation.
Okay.
Before it gave an answer. So here's something interesting. So it gave me the IP address of the EC2 instance that it's on. But it noticed, for example, I can see that your current IP address is already rolled on port 4321 from a different IP address. So let me say no. So this is my current IP address. Would like to add the inbound rule for. So this is so now it has to know the context of
perfect
everything before. So I'm going to say yes.
I mean, and like you mentioned before, this is really good even if you don't actually want it to do it, but for the purpose of planning and then just updating, your documentation of how your processes internally work on exactly what you would look to see to add or to, let's say, change within your code. So, I mean, that already it's very useful if you're not actually trying to implement the change at the moment.
Just to know, because most people need to get approvals, right?
Right, exactly. And then it also kind of ties back to when we talked about certifications and stuff, there is a lot of whenever you're studying for them, there is a lot of challenges to trying to figure out what will be the best process to solve a problem in the different areas of the certification, especially for SA Pro. And I feel like this is so good. I kind of breaking it down, even if you're just trying to kind of deep dive into the different areas and know how everything works internally.
So I think what's cool now is we got our front end. We did it.
Okay.
So what did we do? We literally asked it to make those changes for us on our behalf without knowing anything about our application. So I think that was successful. Now the second question is, okay, well, now we need to get the usernames and passwords in here.
I was just going to say, now you'll be able to log in.
Well, I don't know. I don't know how to log in. So here's my my getting started, right? This is in my deployment guide. So now I need to configure users, right? So this is where it has some of the details on on building out a Cognito. So we can ask it for help. Let's just see what we can do. So let's say we want to review. So we're going to say, oh, I'm in caps lock. And if folks, if you want to ask me to ask you anything, please let us know in the chat. But in the meantime, I'm just going to say review the wrong place to go.
Know how to configure. And I'm not sure if you went over this, but this application in this scenario is what that we are trying to access.
So this is a what kind of so it is a website that it should be more of like an e-commerce website.
Okay.
So when we finish this part, we'll be able to log in. You'll be able to see it. Shut demo or shut repo. I put demo instead of repo. Find the information. Incognito in my AWS account, then make those changes in the appropriate location in the repo by replacing the example data. After that, tell me how to test with the admin user. So what am I doing? Before we prompt it, I have this server, the front end that I need to be able to log into. It's supposed to be done via Cognito. So here it's telling me, here's what you need to do to configure this. But what if I don't want to do it myself?
Yeah.
Let's find out.
So essentially just Matt doesn't want to go through all the hoops manually. He just wants to be able to get it done.
Well, maybe I don't even know what Cognito is. Like, who in the chat has ever used Cognito? Oh, I missed the first part of the lecture. How can we access this platform? Great question. So this is just straight Amazon Q developer. So we're kind of vibe coding with it today. And you can access it via CLI. So you can download the application and install it in, let's got a Mac terminal. If you want to install it in your IDE of choice, you can do that as well. And then all you need is a AWS Builder ID to get started.
I have another question. Oh,
yeah. Is it possible to run security tests? I think that would probably, you'd need an MCP for that, for it to understand what the tests you want to make. But that's a great question. Oh, wow. So this is just firing off in the background while we're talking.
I know, purpose.
This helps with streaming. I don't have to do much. So basically, what is it? Let's review what it's done so far. So it looked at the Cognito config, and then it had all the information, and then it was filling in this exports file with the correct information. It tells me what the edits are going to be, and then it will set a password for the admin user so I can test it, and then I'm going to let it
Wait, but
that.
It did not prompt you to ask you whether you wanted to do it or not, or did you and I missed that?
Well, it just prompted me now if I trusted it to
oh,
set
okay,
this
I see
password.
what you mean. Okay.
So now it's setting it. And it's also double checking that I'm an admin. And it's giving the required information. So it's just kind of cooking for me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now I have this temp password. Okay. So thankfully, again, I've locked this down to just me. No one else can get to this website today. Buttery Brad says, I came to this stream from Goodwill, just found a hoodie that says Build On, has your Twitch link on the sleeve. Well, welcome.
Wow.
I wonder who from the Build On team has donated. That's awesome. So
That's
yeah,
awesome,
this is so welcome to the AWS Twitch. We have tons of different shows on this channel, including Build On. You can check some of those recordings down there, also on YouTube. But yeah, welcome. That's so awesome.
Welcome.
I hope that finding this on Goodwill means that you're well on your AWS journey.
Yes.
So, okay, let's test out this login that we just vibe coded.
Question. So, obviously you're running this as an admin, but my question would be, if you were to have more users that will be able to access here that are not admins, I'm assuming that it would have told you you're not an admin, blah, blah, blah. It would have blocked your access. Is it just kind of like the admin experience that you're having right now, or is it a multi-user environment that you're showcasing?
This is a multi-user environment.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm just logging in with like admin credentials.
Okay.
But it's so basically what we're showing is like, here's your a local version of Bedrock. As you can see, like we've got different
Okay,
quads.
so this is after you logged in. This is already with you with the credentials. Yeah. Okay.
And you can see I got role prompts depending if I'm an SA, a product manager, a travel agent. So yeah, so that just did it for us. Again, I don't know anything about anything. So this is super interesting. So now the other question I think will be helpful for folks is, okay, what if I literally know nothing about AWS? How can I can ask questions about it? So I don't know if someone in the chat has a very simple AWS question or even a difficult burning one. We can ask Q, because I've got the documentation MCP server up. It should be able to figure out, I hope, anything.
Come on, I'm pretty sure some of you can come up with some questions to ask. Drop them in the chat.
I mean, we can let's see. I was going to say something about the security test, but actually, let's ask what languages are supported in Amazon Q Developer, right? You guys just asked us this, so let's figure it out.
Yes, they just asked this.
Oh, see, it's programming languages.
Yes, you got to put natural language.
Okay, but what about natural language?
We have someone ask, can I buy it on layaway?
So, okay. Amazon Q Developer is $19 per user per month. So it is.
Ask in Spanish. I can ask a question in Spanish. Hold on.
You can ask. So yeah, so the questions about additional languages, Chinese simplified and Chinese traditional. So that's the answer. So again, why we went and Googled, we went and looked up the documentation for you. We didn't need that. Ranciel is looking at air fryers on TikTok. That's how do I put it? I like that. I like your multitasking here. So that I don't think unless someone comes up with a good documentation question. I think that kind of demonstrates
I sent you one in Spanish. How to configure an EC2. I feel like it's pretty straightforward, but it's in Spanish.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But now it's gonna respond in Spanish. Seleccionar tipo de instancia. Wow. Okay. Oh wow. I guess I didn't even think about the fact that the AWS CLI would also be in Spanish. Wow. Okay.
Oh, I like that. See?
Oh, it's
so it's basically telling you all the steps, but in Spanish.
Automatic backups, best practices, the cost, rendimiento. I don't know that word.
Which one?
Rendimiento.
Rendimiento. In what context is it using it? Where is it at? Rendimiento.
Is it recommendations?
Costos. Elegir. Oh yeah, that's recomendación.
Yeah.
It should be.
Yeah. That's why I'm like rendimiento. Whatever. Security obviously costs.
Seguridad, costos is cost. Rendimiento. I'm assuming that it's using it as instead of recommendation.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. It just says, would you like to know a specific aspect of the configuration? But no, it's giving its purpose.
That was good. I like that. What are we saying?
It says, we have someone say, can you ask it in Spanish, but answer in English.
Period edits is like, I don't want to. I mean, but then I have to ask in Spanish to format it in English, and I don't know. My high school Spanish doesn't get me that far.
Yeah, so you would say something like the question in Spanish, right? Like, ¿cómo configuraron EC2? But tell me the steps in English, maybe something like that. The same thing, but just ask me. Yeah, rendimiento is like performance. That's what I was thinking.
That's helpful for me. I never saw that word.
Yeah, but in the context that is using here, it should be recomendación.
So right? This is a good question. Is Amazon Q part of the AWS free tier? So Johnny, I don't know if you've seen the latest and the greatest on the free tier life, but we give you $100 of credits for free, and then another $100 if you complete certain tasks with the new free tier. So the answer is you can sign up, and then you can use your credits. You can also use them in Bedrock. You can use them for a lot of different things. But that is the new version of free tier. So, but there's also free, which is if you got an existing account, you just want to log in with the builder. Same as some of these other chatbots where you have a certain amount that you can talk to them for free, and then you have to pay if you're going to spend a lot of time talking to them. But I've never hit the limits on this show. Okay, I need to turn down the music.
I'm just trying to look through the comments to see if we have any other questions that they would like to input.
So we're gonna keep trucking. So what we've done so far is we've had a front end application in React that we not only got Q to tell us all about, we got it to edit the code on the front end. We got it to configure logins for us incognito based on the documentation. And we asked it some documentation questions on just AWS best practices, how to do certain things. So keep it coming in the chat if you want to see other questions be answered by Q.
Sam asked this. I'm not sure if we covered it. Are we going to manage different types of user using the same cognito pool?
So not necessarily for this demo purpose, but yeah, we have different cognito pools that we could use, different logins. There's an admin, there's a writer, and there's a reader user. So essentially the Q came in and read this documentation that did some work for me. But next, we can start to do more, get into some of the more interesting, like, what can we do beyond what's normal Q? What can we do with some of these MCP servers that we've got enabled? So, for example, we can talk about SQL, which is fun in that, like, I always wanted to be a SQL expert. I will say that I can get there given enough time and example queries where I can get to where I want to be. But what if I didn't need to be an expert? So this is actually Samara's favorite service. Second favorite.
So I was going to say yes.
Let me make sure I put this in the right.
Okay, so for this part of it, we're going through the console.
So I'm just going to show I've got some products in here. I just want to make sure this is working. I got some products in here.
Okay.
I got some reviews for those products in here.
Okay.
Just some sample data.
So you already have some tables and stuff already arranged there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so the question becomes, like, I should be able to ask our agent.
Okay.
Let me see where I should go.
Does it? Do you have to specify like a specific model or?
So I think I have to specify a session. Let me go to the chatbot here. So I have a bunch of agent chatbots.
Okay.
I have this text to SQL from Claude chatbot.
Okay.
And so now I can just ask how many products have reviews. And it should, let's see, give me, take a look at my data and query it for me and then tell me what's up. That's really thinking. Okay, I gotta put the thinking music back on, folks.
Okay.
Because it's definitely like having to think about a lot of things here.
We got it all confused with the Spanish too, probably.
Well, this is a completely different agent now.
That is
now we're
true.
talking about.
That is true.
Now we're talking about just using this prepared agent that we've got. It's thinking. I wonder if it's working or not. This is the thing, is I'm waiting for it to respond.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I had the question also when we were interacting with the other one. It's kind of just because of how vague the question is, or that it kind of takes longer. That if we were to be more detailed with it, like if we were to insert like what the table name and whatnot, like would it go faster? Or it should just be able to go with what to ask.
I don't know. We're figuring it out together. Because this is a sample of what could happen.
Mm-hmm.
I guess while we're doing this, I can also set up client. So let's go. Let me make sure I've got my credentials working. So hold on. So this is another. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just going to ask you, this is for what? Is this for another sample that you're using, or just to see that it's working properly through here?
So this is another add-on that I've got going. So now I'm just using Bedrock directly.
Okay.
So the question becomes like, can I access this? See, it's still spinning.
Oh, yeah.
So let me go back to the prompt. And no. Done. So let's see if I can ask it to make some synthetic data for me.
Okay.
So I'm going to give it this prompt and see what happens. We're going to make some new files. Let's just see. I'm going to do plan first. So I want to see if this even works. So it's giving us dollar figures. It's giving us tokens. You can't really see what it's doing because I'm too big. Let's go smaller. So let's proceed. Failed to process. You don't have access to the model with the specified model ID. All right, let me fix it. Oh, I was doing 4. Let's go down to, let's see what I got in Bedrock right now. Hold on. What are enabled? So Let's request 3.5 Sonnet V2. I got Titan turned on. Yeah, I don't have anything else turned on. Okay, so this is important. So let's get 3.5 V2.
Okay.
Or even let's request this one. I'm gonna get a bunch of them. And we still this
Yeah,
thing
let's
is very good. Let's reset it.
yeah.
Hello. Let's just make sure that works. Yeah, I don't think it's liking it.
I'm wondering if
Which is totally fine. I mean, I think maybe because it's in the prepared state. Let's take a look at our agents. We've got 3 agents here.
prepare.
It's prepared, which I don't think is the right. You know what? Hold on. I have 3 Bedrock agents that may not be working. They are in the prepared state. Can you help me troubleshoot?
Okay.
Let's see what happens, right? Why am I spending time
I'll
trying to
help
do
you
this on
troubleshoot your
stream?
preparing, stuck in prepare.
I want to make this
state,
bigger.
First checks the agent. I can see you have 3 agents. The properly created.
It's
That's one
testing.
of your agents. Error, invalid choice, valid choices. Oh.
So it's thinking about it. I did sync this. Yeah, I did this stuff before. I like that it's doing what I do. Let me check the. He's like, great. Let me check the other agents quickly. Does this make you kind of feel useless somewhere?
Actually, I would say that I like that it tells you exactly what it's doing. It's kind of like when you're following a cooking show and you're hands-on doing everything that it's telling you to do. I feel like it's kind of like that for me. Learning exactly what it's doing. Maybe something that I might have missed or not thought about. An assistant. Hello, please help. What did it say? I think it answers something.
Yeah, please help me test. Did it?
I did.
Oh, it
It said
did.
hello.
Great. It's working now. I don't know why it replied. Thanks, Sam.
How can I
All right,
assist you today?
let's try again. Let's see if I ask it.
Matt, it did not leave you on red. It answered you this
How
time.
many products have reviews?
Okay.
All right, keep hitting submit.
Is the other one still? Oh, okay. You got a response.
Okay, so okay, chat. We've gotten the classic. If something's going wrong, and then when I ask someone to look at it, they say everything's fine, and then you try it again and it works. So apparently that still applies in this day and age of AI, where the AI just tells you that everything's fine and what are you talking about? And now
Would you like to know more specific details about this review?
Yeah, let's go average rating. Tell me about average ratings. So again, this information is in our Athena table,
Mhm.
and this, without knowing Athena, without knowing SQL, I just have specific data that I'm asking about. It's giving you that analysis. So that's pretty cool, I think.
It is. I did a whole episode on how to do this through Athena, and now look, we did it in like 5 minutes.
Again, this chatbot's pre-configured, so obviously there's some infrastructure that needs to be built beforehand to make sure that your agent has access to your data in a secure way.
You have to do
But
all the configurations for it to work as
it's
smoothly
doing all
as it
this
is doing.
for you, which I think is pretty cool. I won't go deeper. We got about 10 minutes left. I won't go too much deeper into building on the synthetic data. I do want to play around with some other fun MCPs while we got time.
Okay, what do you want to do next?
What's our favorite topic here?
Come on, audience, what's our favorite topic here? Something that you guys want to know about.
So for me, my favorite topic is always how much is this going to cost? So we can just ask using, and we're being specific using the AWS pricing MCP server, analyze the CDK project in this workshop repo, and generate a detailed cost report. Boom. Let's see. I could have prompted more, but let's just see what it comes up with that level of prompting. So again, it's going to just analyze my CDK. Because people are always asking, like, how do I do this? How do I bring cost into my DevOps pipeline? So let's see how it performs. So it's getting pricing on everything. Again, we're doing this at public pricing, which is what most of you, I'm sure, don't have any special discounts or credits. But so it's aware of all the different services. It's aware of the different, what it has. Context overflowed. Oh no. I guess I have to summarize it and then bring the context forward. We went too far. We flew too close to the sun. We've been doing a lot of heavy prompting. We've been compacted. Okay, let's keep going.
Okay, I can see you retrieve comprehensive DynamoDB pricing data for US West. Some previous AWS plans from the conversation.
It just hit the overflow. I feel like for future episodes where we do stuff like this, I need to have like a little like waiting on the AI thing. So okay, so we've already gotten, it took me a minute or two.
So it says Dynamo cost.
So Dynamo cost summary, but it just gave me Dynamo. Can you give me? Can you give me
optimization strategies?
Cost estimates for my entire. What did I say? It got there and then it overflowed.
Yeah, let's see what it can give us in this last 5 minutes we have.
My entire CDK project.
You give me
not just Dynamo. DB.
It's got to go service by service of everything included.
Yeah, well, you have to check the pricing of each of them separately, right? So that doesn't surprise me.
Okay, it's going by quite fast.
So I think everyone should maybe do this before they deploy,
Before they
right?
go doing everything else.
Everyone asks, what does it cost? Okay, now it's giving us the full report. I like that.
Okay.
But again, you have to have done this.
What is your ballpark price tag? Guess.
I don't even know because we haven't figured out what this is. I have one last prompt. Let's see if we can do it when this is done, which is to give me a diagram of what the heck this even is. Right? Like we don't quite even know what we're dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
So we got 3 minutes. Let's see. This is thinking. While it's doing that, you know what? Let's just queue chat and in another terminal. It's got to load all my servers.
Okay.
And I'm going to ask it to make a diagram using the diagram MCP server. So I guess the thing to be doing while you're waiting for Q to respond is asking Q other things. Okay, so we got a complete markdown analysis with our immediate costs, our long-term costs. So at most, $342 over 12 months. That's not bad.
That's not bad.
That's not bad. That's close to free tier. If you do moderate growth, that's all free tier right here. Okay, so now it's analyzing. I think we're gonna make it in the wire, guys, to get this diagram out. So just to summarize what we've been doing.
Diagram? This is the diagram conversation.
Yes, this is the diagram conversation. We've been just vibe deploying today. We had a workshop. We've been asking Q what it is, what's going on with it, how to troubleshoot it, how to make changes to it without knowing anything about our application. We had it do a whole write-up of documenting what it is, and now we asked it for pricing, we asked it for a diagram, which we're getting. So again, all these we
even asked how to log into it, how to even find it.
How do we do anything? So this is actually all you developers out there, like where your comments in the code and your README files are now going to be read by AI. So it's really important. Okay, so it's giving me boop, 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 all of this, all the diagrams. So I got to pull up the diagrams now. Generated diagrams.
The architecture.
Let's just download these guys, and then I will open them up in... I got to open it up in my browser, and then we can log off.
We got 2 minutes. We can do
Are you kidding me?
What is this?
That's pretty good. This is our we go from the React to the API layer. We authenticate. I mean the arrows could be better, let's be clear, but it's giving us all of the different components. Here's the Athena catalog with our data bucket. It's not bad, you guys. Let's see what our data flow looks like. This is the architecture. So this is how our data comes in. That's not bad. I mean, again, I think the arrows are actually they're a bit messy, but you know
this one seems a lot more straightforward than the first one. The other one was kind of contradicting each other.
Yeah. All right.
Well, down to the last minute.
We're down to the last minute. So thanks everyone for doing Vibe deployments with us. Next week, we're doing a collab with the Keys to AWS Optimization show. So if you love FinOps, if you love CFM, Cloud Financial Management, come next week. And then I'll be on their show as well. So I'm super excited for that. But we're always here Mondays, 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific. Glad to have you on the show. And thanks so much for coding with us. Vibe coding.
I'll see you all next week. Take care. And until then, bye, everyone.
Bye.